The following program is a live podcast with hospitality individuals and chefs who are real people. Topics may include drinking, occasional vitamin use, choreographed violence, Appalachian humor, politics, comic books, ghosts, overindulgence, polyamory, theft, obstruction of justice, bleeding wounds, and more. These things some people may find offensive, but are not limited to what may offend some people but not others. The show does occasionally use language that would be not safe for work. But it's how real people talk, and like we said in the first line of the warning, these are real people. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please call our comment line at 860-744-4767. Thank you.
If I was looking for a best friend in life, I would want Chess Rockwell. You know what I mean? Because that guy, he'll take a bullet, he'll take a nunchuck, stand in the way of a karate blow, karate. George would kill me for that. We can change that.
I'm here for the gangbang.
You know, I got other interests. I'm a magician.
It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries. Yep, it's made with bits of real panther, so you know it's good.
Nice muscles, Tyler, dude.
I actually give a whole talk about treating our work like an athletic event. And when you see it that way, doesn't mean you don't have fun. And I mean, having a shift drink and hanging with the people you just did battle with should never be taken away. But I mean, what's wrong with like calling that out a little bit? It almost feels like our industry is growing up a little bit. And I know it's easy to hold on to what was and to really glorify it. And I liked the School of Hard Knocks. I liked how hard life was. I felt like I was doing something not a lot of people could handle. But it doesn't mean it needs to be the norm. And I think that to have that stuff challenged, I don't think is that awful.
I admit I don't look like the athlete of the day supposed to look. My belly's just a little big, my hand is just a little big, but brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad. And there were 2 bad people. One was John Wayne and he's dead, brother, and the other one's right here.
If you just shut the fuck up for 30 seconds, you might learn something.
Welcome to Plumluvfoods Live, #1 live digital audio industry show for chefs by chefs. Hosted by multi-time Food Network winner and award-winning chef, Chef Plum, and culinary veteran, star of the Food Saver commercial, Chef Jeff. So wrap, date, and rotate because the boys are about to set your Nissan claws. Here are the Good Brothers.
Ladies and gentlemen, apparently now we can hear me. What's happening? Welcome to Plumluvfoods Live. We're so excited to be here with you tonight. It's going to be a fun night. I'm going to tell you what, last night, my friends, I had a religious experience. Very religious. I may or may not have felt the power of the Lord in my soul himself via food. It happened. I'm telling you it happened. Everything's different now. Everything's different now. I might as well have seen Santa Claus. The Easter Bunny showed up at my house. The Tooth Fairy, for goodness sake, brought me food on a plate. Not a $5 bill under my pillow. No. That would be too cheap. Brought me food on a plate that was absolutely unbelievable by a gentleman who's going to be on our show here in a few minutes. The James Beard nominee for Best Chef in the Northeast, Mr. David Standridge, is going to join us in just a couple of seconds. I'm so proud to say he's a friend of ours, a great, good brother. Excited to have him on here and talk about it. So I figured what's more fun than to talk about plating up some food. Big shout out to the real Jeff Spencer on Instagram. What's up, brother? I see you. We're talking about plating food up tonight. What's important about it? Why it's important. We're talking about flavors because flavor has to come first. Then it comes into looking good. You can't make it look good but taste like shit because that doesn't how it works. If you're a chef, it's going to taste good, then look good, which is what our guest tonight is a master at. Another gentleman who's a master at that himself. He is the co-host of this very program. This gentleman is a COVID survivor. He is a legend in the industry. He may or may not have 9 children with 3 different women. I don't know for a fact that's possible. That is definitely possible. He's a very good looking guy. What can I say? I can't help it. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Jeffy's here.
Hey, what's going on, my friends?
Bringing that heat, bringing that fire, coming in on fire.
I am, first of all, so jealous of your experience last night. I was getting pictures, just like fucking, what up, Jeff? Jeff Spencer is shouting us out here. We love this guy. He's my boy. I'm just so jealous because I had one of the most memorable dinners of my life with you and Dan when we went there after Mohegan one time, and I've never stopped talking about it. Anytime someone goes to Connecticut, I sing this guy's praises.
Me too,
nonstop. So to have him back on the show and to know that he's our boy and get to like pick his brain about all the cool shit he's doing, I can't wait.
We're going to talk about that because he's in a place where there's a lot of fantastic chefs and amazing food happening, and he's really standing out and shining. And it's awesome how such a small state is becoming such a food destination for people. It's not just a drive-through state anymore, and I love that so much about this small place where I live, and you are a second child of it, which I appreciate. But Jeffy, more importantly, tonight we got to talk about this. Tonight's show is brought to you by our friends over at Farm and Forage Market in Southampton. Jeffy, if you're going to farm and you're going to forage, you might as well put them together and go to Farm and Forage Market in Southampton. That's Absolutely. 36 Hampton Road, Southampton, New York. If you want to get a placenta from a recent pregnancy, Farm and Forage probably has that, right, Jeffy?
Yeah. Breast milk from a young woman from Thailand.
Farm and Forage Market, Southampton. You can get it there.
You can probably get it.
Cheetah tenderloins. They have cheetah tenderloins there.
Yeah.
Cheetah tenderloin Farm and Forage Market. Allegedly. I've never seen it. It might be frozen. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
It's fresh frozen is what we like to call that.
Here's the crazy thing: year-round fresh ramps. Not sure how he does that, but he's got them year-round and they're fresh. I think he grows them out back. I'm not sure. It's a thing. Yeah. So Farm and Forage Market, whatever you need in your culinary life, our good friend Street Leaves Johnny's probably got it there at Farm and Forage Market, 36 Hampton Road, Southampton. Go check him out. Check him out on Instagram, Farm and Forage Hamptons. You got to go see. He's got great stuff. His store just opened. It's beautiful. It's brand new. I'll tell you what would make it even better. Shout out to our good brother Umberto on Instagram. We see you, brother. Sorry, you might see me look over, so I'm looking at the computer with Instagram on it. But listen, he's got it. Whatever you want, he's got it. If you want to have, if you want, Jeffy actually recently tonight for his dinner, he actually got powdered asteroid dust from an actual asteroid from space to put on his plate. Listen, this is why he needs to send us talking points. If he doesn't, I'm just gonna make shit up the rest of the time.
Yeah. I mean, all jokes aside, it's really like it's a chef's pantry. Like if you're a private chef in the Hamptons, or you're a person who really loves food and you're looking for some really cool ingredients and things that are hard to find, Johnny's the man. He's got it. Chef Anna's making some delicious prepared foods. They have all sorts of breads, crackers, artisan shit from everywhere within a 100-mile radius of Southampton. It's a cool place.
If you want camel humps, he sells camel humps. You can get an actual camel hump. Cook that shit off.
My lovely camel humps.
That's it. It's unbelievable. Farm and Forage Market. Check him out. Our good friend Street Leaf Johnny. He's the man. If you are actually you can find him on Instagram. If you have something you want, reach out to him. He'll answer you. He'll probably figure out a way to get it to you. The man used to deal crazy gourmet ingredients out of his car. So go check him out.
So I met him.
Awesome. Farm and Forage Market out in Southampton, 36 Hampton Road, Southampton, New York. Shout out to Street Leaf Johnny. Plus, to get all the plugs out the way that we can, Jeffy, might as well get them out the way right now.
Get them out of the way.
Coming up next weekend, May 26th, Rosé Soiree from Dan's Taste is happening out in Southampton. And guess what? I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, look at that face.
It's not a bad picture, is it?
That's a great picture.
I was young there.
It's blue though. I wish we could. I gotta Photoshop a little purple in there.
Well, I think that was when I had blue hair and my goatee. It wasn't all. It's all white now, which is crazy. That was a new thing I recently realized about myself. But it's going to be a great event. You got to check out the Rosé Soiree. Tickets are almost sold out for this event. We're doing a fantastic burger. Awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of people. Burger. We're doing a great tiny little bite burger with a delicious Wagyu from our friends over at 7X Beef. It's going to be on a flat top. Hit it. We're going to season up beautiful. A little pimento cheese on that burger, and then we're going to do it's almost like a slaw, but like a slaw with a burger sauce mixed in with it. It's going to be amazing. We're going to chop it all up.
A burger slaw, if you will.
Burger sauce slaw. That's what it is.
Burger sauce slaw.
Burger slaw. I'm not good at naming things. I'd be like, it's a slaw with burger sauce on it. Pickle juice and the whole. It's going to be delicious. Come see us, Rosé Soiree. They have no idea what's coming. We got some giveaways we're going to do. We're going to live stream the entire event from our station. You guys, if you've seen any of the Plum Love Foods guys or myself at an event, you know what's coming. Unfortunately, the Dance Taste people have no idea what's about to show up at their event, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I mean,
okay.
Last time I was at an event, we had the largest indoor shot ever. At least that's what I told everybody, but that's not really true.
We did get a few, probably close to 1,000 people to do a shot with us.
It was incredible. It was incredible. Cool. And here's the thing: I have a microphone. That makes me an expert. So I'll have a microphone on the whole time. So as long as you got a microphone, you're an expert. Rose Soiree, Dance Taste, the Southampton Arts Center. Next Sunday night, it's going to be off the chain. I cannot tell you how much fun it's going to be. Come see us. We cannot wait. A lot of rosés to taste there too, Jeffy.
A lot of delicious rosés to taste. A lot of great chefs from all over the place coming out too. Besides our good boy Chef Plum, so it's going to be a good time. Get your tickets while you still can. Rosé Soiree, Dance Taste, Dance. It's going to be
awesome. It's going to be awesome. And then shortly after that, Jeffy, we're going to be at the Emmys, which I'm excited about. June 8th in Boston. I know you won't be there, but I know you have to work the way schedules happen. I know.
It's just
for all you know, we always talk about me being an Emmy nominee. Just so you guys know, so is Jeffy. Jeffy's a not Emmy nominated producer. Like he produced Restaurant Road Trip. He's got nominated. It's awesome. So Jeffy's got 3 now.
I have 3 nominees. I'm a 3-time Emmy nominee.
That fucking sounds pretty good.
It sounds cool. It sounds way cooler. It
doesn't sound as cool as 6. I mean, I got 6, but like if you got 3,
super cool. I mean, it's almost douchey though. Like when you're walking around, like, oh, I have 6. It's like 3 sounds like a little more modest. I feel like
I thought. All right, well, maybe, but I don't know if. I feel like whenever I bring it up, I'm like, hey, I'm a 6-time Emmy nominee. All I hear is this.
Do you like hot fudge sundaes?
Pretty much, I think.
Okay, well, maybe not.
Could be crickets too. Where's those crickets?
Yeah, I wish I still had those too. But whenever Jeffy says, I'm a 3-time Emmy nominee, after that, all I hear is this.
Stop whining.
There it is. There it is. Listen, amazing dinner last night, Jeffy. I can't emphasize this enough. Had a chance to go hang out with one of my oldest friends in the world, a gentleman who I love dearly, Demetos. He's in town here with me. He looks like a Neanderthal, but that's okay. But he's a brilliant engineer. And so he said, hey, I'm coming up. Are you going to run around? I was like, I am. Where do you want to go? And he was like, I'd love to have yourself a great seafood dinner. And I was like, I know just the place. And I know just the guy. So I reached out to our good brother, the one and only, the legendary Chef David Standridge right there. You can see him right there. Look at that good looking fella too, huh? Look at that. I've never seen a 75-year-old man that attractive.
That's his restaurant in the background there on the side.
It's beautiful, right? Look at that. Unbelievable.
Shipwreck Starter, great place.
Yeah. Beautiful. So I text David and said, hey man, can we come in? And he was like, absolutely. So I said, dude, we came in, had this amazing dinner, and I knew we were talking about plated food. So I took some pictures of our plates, and I reached out to David and said, hey man, jump on the show and talk to us about it. So joining us right now, Jeffy, is a James Beard best chef of the Northeast finalist, one of the best chefs in the entire fucking country. And I'll put that up against anybody, by the way. And he didn't say that. I'm saying that. And here's the thing. I can say I'm a large dude. Like, somebody's got to talk about it. They want to talk about it.
We fully endorse our opinions.
1,000%. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Chef David Standridge. There he is. Look at that guy right there, huh?
What's up, guys?
Brother, what's happening, man?
Not much. Thanks for having me on.
I was telling you last night as I was giving you your flowers after this dinner. I mean, just off the fucking chains. Where does this shit come from in your brain?
I don't know. I'm very ingredient focused. So I just bring a bunch of shit into the restaurant and I figure it out. It's always kind of been my mindset is get the best things you can and then just make a menu.
But I don't think that's that weird. I think a lot of great chefs is what we do. Like, I'm not saying I'm a great chef. I'm just saying like a good chef in general. Like, I'm not going to make a menu. I'm going to make it based off what I have and what I can get.
Exactly. You know, it's funny. If you put me in a job and you're like, you could have whatever you want, you could make anything you want, I would probably fail miserably.
No, you think so?
Yes. I need I need limits. I need to know, I remember when I first started, my first job where I had to do creative work, where I was on the fish station and I had to do 3 specials a day or whatever. Yeah. And all I did is go in the walk-in and this is what I have to work with. I'm going to make it. But if the chef would be like, what do you want me to order? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Just fuck it. There's a whole world out there. I don't know. Whatever. Just put stuff in there and I'll figure it out.
I do want to point out, and it's just a little bit off topic, but it's hilarious to me. Jeff has an attractive wife. I have a very attractive wife. So do you. Because your wife's in the background of your pictures right now. That's how we see her. You have a very attractive wife.
That's her right there.
None of us are very attractive men to begin with.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean,
right? For yourselves. Come on.
But I think that's what makes us make better food because we gotta keep up. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be something there. My wife's. I've been married since 2003. Been together since '98. She's heard all my jokes. I got nothing else new to tell her.
Gotta keep creating more food.
That's it. Just got to keep
Some
making stuff.
new special dinner on Sunday. That's the only thing keeping her in.
That's it. Well, brother, I'll tell you, last night's meal was absolutely unbelievable. And I was telling my buddy who was with me for dinner, one of the things I love about what you do, you don't actually go to a fisherman and say, hey, I'd like to have, like we were just talking about, let me get bass, let me get this. You're like, what are you catching? I'll take it.
Yeah.
Talk about how you do that, because I think it's a really cool way for a chef to be when it comes to their purveyors.
Yeah, it's really about, it's just about the collaboration and the partnership. We don't want to just make it easy for us. We want to make it, the fishermen are the most, honestly, like it's one of the hardest jobs in the world, and they have like the worst situation right now. The fishing industry is a mess. Yeah. And so for the small fisherman who's going out in a small boat, they know the help they can get. So for me, I'm not going to ask them to go get a certain thing. Just get whatever you can, whatever's easiest to catch, whatever's most plentiful. And that also makes it more sustainable because it's easy to catch because there's a lot of it.
Right.
And so it's easy. It's like instant sustainability. You don't have to like check the website or whatever. And just bring, we basically go on poundage. Like I need 100 pounds of fish this week. Bring me the best thing, whatever you get, and we'll figure it out. My job as a chef is to sell what's best. And so I make it work.
You can tell in the flavors though. And Jeff, you can speak to this too. Like, because of what you get, the way it's so fresh, like fish is interesting because fish is one of the only things in the world that people eat, and they'll say, "Oh, it's not fishy at all." Like you describe it, it's the stupidest
I know,
thing
it's insane, totally insane.
I mean, you ever had a steak and go, it's not beefy at all. I mean, but like people say that sort of stuff about fish, but fish shouldn't. I mean, fish shouldn't taste like that to begin with. You get good fish, it doesn't taste like that at all. And with what I had with you last night, like I mean, you gave me this bass. We're gonna show in a second, like. I mean, what was it, like an hour old? It felt like. I mean, I know it wasn't that.
No, it was probably caught. I really, this time of year is dicey because it's just people are just starting to really fish. All winter, nobody fishes. It's really hard. And now you're starting to get better fish now, but it's really challenging to get anything like crudo worthy, quite frankly, like in January and February. We don't do a lot of that. But now it's starting to get good. And so when you have it, it's good. But this fish is probably still like 48 to 72 hours old, at least.
Really?
People don't realize, everyone thinks that fish has a shelf life of 3 days. This is total bullshit. Mm-hmm. The reality is that most of the fish, by the time it gets on shore, it's 5 days old, 4 days old, because they go 400 miles out, and they might go on, like a lot of boats go on a 6 or 7 day trip. And so like, we only take the fish that they're catching on their way in, but a lot of that fish before it gets to the dock is 5 to 6 days old, 3 days old. Wow. And then, by the time you get it, after it's gone through all the process, it's only got 3 days of shelf life on it. But if you get a fish, when we get our real fishermen going, which is in about a week or so, when you get fish that were caught that day,
right? That
fish is 7 days, no problem. Mm-hmm. And like you would eat it on the 7th day, and it's almost better than on its first day.
It's just, I mean, it's unbelievable. And one of the things I think is so great, I want to show a picture really quick. Now I'm going to show pictures. This is not like a amazing representation of chef's food here, but I'm
the lighting is so good.
Yeah. But I took a picture just so we could talk about it a little bit, and let me see if I can find the one I'm going to talk about to start with. Here is it? I think it's this one here, Jeff. I'm going to pull you down so Chef can be in the middle here. So check this out. Your mic's still on the Jeff, so you can jump in. Look at this monkfish mortadella. He makes a mortadella out of fucking monkfish.
Yeah,
I mean,
why not?
Like that's crazy.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, delicious. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was outstanding. If it was the only thing I ate that night, I'm like, this is incredible. But like, it was probably my third favorite dish, or maybe fourth.
Yeah,
delicious.
I love it. It's just one of those things where we want to diversify how people think about fish, and especially sustainable species, and try to do like, sometimes it sounds a little weird, but I think once you get it in front of you, that's why I love the tasting menus. People come and do a tasting menu. It's like, I'm not going to tell you what's on it. Just eat what I put in front of you.
Yeah.
And going to eat things that they never would have ordered. And you learn that it's such a versatile thing. It's such a versatile protein. You can do so many fun things with it.
So when you make this, do you mix it with pork fat?
Oh yeah. It's like, really simple. It's a simple, essentially like, it's a mortadella recipe like any other mortadella recipe, except for instead of lean pork, it's monkfish. And you could do it with almost any fish.
And you do a little pistachio in there. And what do you season it up, or what do you put in there for seasoning?
Just the normal stuff. I have a little coriander, like a tiny bit of nutmeg, white pepper, like literally like classic mortadella recipe.
And how long does the process take? Do you let it cure, or what do you do?
No, you just
cook it, right? Low temp.
It goes in a RoboCoupe. You basically like make a mousse. You grind it, freeze it, kind of like there's a little bit of a process, like a 3-2-1 ratio. Three is lean, 2 is fat, 1 is ice, and then whatever aromatics, and then you wrap it in plastic, or you can put it in a casing if you want to, and you poach it, and then that's it.
And then after you poach it, you just let it cool. As it comes out, you can just slice it, right?
Yeah, deli slicer.
Unbelievable, man. It was so delicious, man. Jeffy, what do you think? You see that? How crazy?
I think it's just awesome idea. I love it. I love the I love the use of fish in those kind of ways so much. I like when people think outside of the box. I get so bored of not that to say I don't love just like delicious fresh fish grilled with a little lemon, like classic, whatever. I mean, it's delicious. I mean, fish is delicious, but I really get off when I see somebody manipulating it and recreating it in a way to make it like even more approachable to somebody who might not want to eat fish. Like they'll be like, "What is this?" And you're like, "Oh, it's monkfish mortadella." And they're like, "What?" You know what I mean? It's like those things where you got to wrap your head around it, and it's like all of a sudden somebody who wouldn't try fish likes fish. And I think I love that kind of stuff. I think that's really cool. So, I mean, I don't know. I love that.
I really want to do a tuna salami and do like a fish Italian hoagie.
That's probably doable, right?
I think it's doable. It's one of my dreams.
I mean, I guess
I don't
the
have time.
loin?
No, I'll get there. Well, you can make tuna ham like Mohama. It's like a Spanish tuna ham. Renee at Oyster Club makes tuna ham all the time. Like, and we need to like come together on a sandwich.
I think that sounds delicious.
I love this idea. Have you ever dry aged any fish?
Oh, all the time. And we basically, I don't like to say dry age because we don't age things in an aging cabinet, but we dry store everything. So all of our fish comes in. It annoys me that it has to come in on ice, but it does. That's like the law. But as soon as it comes in, we get it off the ice and we scale it, and it lives dry in our walk-in from that point forward. And then, so the small fish, like the fluke that you had, was probably like, I mean, that's a fish you're aging for 7 days max anyway. So it's probably 3 or 4 days of dry. It just gives the skin crispy. It kind of mellows out the proteins. But when we get to the swordfish and tuna season, which is soon, that stuff, 7 to 14, 21 days. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, does it really change the flavor? I'm just curious. I've actually never done
it gets a little meatier.
Yeah.
You can do it right in your walk-in. I mean, I have a dehumidifier in my walk-in, so it keeps the humidity at like 60%. That's the only thing. It just sits on a rack.
You need to make sure there's good circulation of air and less humidity, because otherwise you'll end up getting that funk on
exactly. A lot of the fish aging guys are like, you can't do it that way. You have to have a special cabinet. And it's true if you want to get it perfect all the time, but you can definitely do it without that. And it's interesting to see the how it progresses.
I want to talk about this dish last night. This dish here was I'm going to pull Jeffy so we can put in the middle here. Jeffy, your mic's still on, so you can still talk, buddy. This one here was one of my favorites last night. I mean, this is just such a simple dish. This is just bass, right?
Yeah, black bass, just like spring, fava beans, peas. And then we do a lot of pickled stuff because we're always getting stuff, especially like there's pickled sugar kelp in here, which is, we get it. It's a short season, so we pickle a lot of it. I've got like 30 quarts of pickled sugar kelp in the house right now. And so we use that vinegar. So I also do like pickled fish with it. But this is basically just like peas, fava beans, and rams saute with butter. And then we just put a bunch of the pickling liquid in there. And that's the sauce. And that's
it's delicious. And on top, is it like fennel flowers? Or what do you have on top of that? I
think it's a little ginger chive situation.
It was awesome. I mean, it was just so good. And you get
lemon thyme.
Okay. You get that skin so crispy on there, and even that tail gets so crispy. You can almost eat the back end of that tail if you wanted to.
You probably could. Yeah, that's because everything's dry. So like those fish come in and they get cleaned, and then they just sit on a rack in the walk-in, and so the skin is dry, so it gets super crispy.
I mean, it was such a great portion size too. Such a simple dish, but like you said before, we were talking. It's just keep it simple. We don't need to overthink it.
No, you definitely don't.
Yeah, delicious fish, and like the fava beans and the peas. I mean, what a great spring mixture there. Just unbelievable. And that sauce had like nice little tang to it. It was just, I mean, right on point there. What a delicious dish that was, Jeffy. What do you think of that one there, huh?
I think that's delicious. Can we talk about this pickled sugar kelp for a second?
Yeah.
Unpack that a little bit. What's a sugar kelp? Is it like meatier? Is it a bigger,
So sugar kelp is a species that's actually native to Connecticut. It's native to Long Island Sound. It was developed as a farming crop in Connecticut. I forget where, like down a little south from us. And we get it from Stonington Kelp Company. A really good friend of mine, Susie Flores, grows it right in the Fishers Island Sound. And then we just get it. I'm doing a lot of work trying to promote this as a crop. So we use it the shit out of it. We put it's all over our menu, places you wouldn't even know it's there.
Yeah,
dude, you got to introduce me to her, even just through email or something. I'd love to have her on the show and talk about it.
Oh yeah, totally. You should. She's
and
awesome.
I'll order
She's
stuff from her
fun.
and use it this summer.
Yeah, me too. That sounds.
And they grow it on Long Island as well. There's actually in I forget where on Long Island. There's a Native American tribe that grows it on Long Island.
Shinnecock, maybe?
Yes, I think it is. It might be in Shinnecock.
Awesome.
I feel like it's on the North Shore, but it might be in Shinnecock.
Okay, yeah.
But it's a great product. It's super nutritious, and it's also like a climate change superhero. It takes a ton of carbon out of the ocean.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So it's just a win-win. The beauty of it too is there's no input. So it's not like a farm where you're putting fertilizer or water. It just grows in the ocean. It's natural. You don't have to do anything. You just plant it like the seeds out there. It just gotta go. So
it just
that's
goes.
Awesome. And so I'm assuming when you say you pickle it, it's like meatier than like hijiki, or it's like a.
Not really. I mean, hijiki I think is a little more earthy. It's really delicate. Like you can eat it right out of the water. We just pickle it because we get like this week I got 20 pounds of sugar kelp, and I can't use it all fresh. So we get 20 pounds a week. We've had 20 pounds a week since the season started in April.
You ever dry it?
Yeah, we dry it, we candy it, we pickle it, and we use it fresh.
Dude, you're like Bubba Gump of sugar kelp. I love it.
There we go.
Exactly.
Chef Dave is chiming in on Facebook. He is a chef over the Westchester Country Club, and David, he wants that contact info too. He'll use that stuff.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, happily. And, we work with her and the whole Sugar Kelp Cooperative. And so there's several farms in Connecticut do it.
Super cool.
That's awesome. I mean, what a great thing to be a part of. And just to add how delicious it is. Because I hear kelp, and I think of kelp as being like, in my head, like a very strong flavor. But it definitely, it was delicious.
Yeah, and it was actually in also your scallop dish and also in your dessert. Actually, no, I did different dessert for you. But we do it in dessert as well.
I love seaweed. The flavor of seaweed is so awesome because it has like the brine of the ocean, but it's also like you said, earthy in a lot of ways, and it has like a lot of umami. So I'm picturing like you're saying the pickling liquid of that. It's probably like gold. Like you could probably use it for so much stuff. It's like almost
we do a whole pickled fish dish where it's like that pickling liquid, and then we pickle smoked sea beans and like a couple other different things, and just make like a little broth.
That's
so
crazy.
Good.
That's awesome.
It's like being on the learning tree, man. I love this shit.
We
gotta definitely give me that info so I can share it with everybody, because that's a great company to be a part of, man. I'd love to see. What are you drinking right now? What's that? It's a cute little glass.
I'm drinking a Vesper. Well, I'm drinking several Vespers, but
You're so fancy.
Love it.
You're so fancy.
Well,
I want to talk a little bit more about, if I can pull a scallop dish up you were just talking about. I think I have a picture of that here somewhere. Is that it right there? That's it right there. So let me pull you down, Jeffy. But look at this scallop dish right here. So again, the portion sizes you served were just so on point. I can't emphasize enough. It was just like the perfect amount of food. I wanted another bite, but that's what you want,
Yeah.
And this dish itself was unbelievable. And when he brought the dish out, the lime was on there, and I was like, I'm sure Chef wants us to squeeze a lime on there, right?
Yeah.
Or does he not want me to squeeze a lime? But it's just like,
it's a test.
Yeah, I don't know what to do here. And he was like, yeah, you should squeeze a lime on it too. But this dish, that's a scallop, and you wrapped it with the fennel, right? I'm not with the fennel. You wrapped it with the kelp. Excuse me.
Yep, it's wrapped in sugar kelp, and then underneath is like a kelp garlic puree. And then that stuff is delicious. You could use that. You could just make pasta with that. It would be good.
Dude, that's delicious. Yeah. I mean, it's so good, and it's not overpowering or nothing. That's the crazy part about it. Yep. And the scallop itself, did you trim that, or do you wrap it just tight with it? I mean, it was perfect.
No, it's just wrapped.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Simple.
And what was the foam, the sauce on there?
Fennel. That's the old Robuchon recipe.
Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. And then a little toasted fennel on the side there, right?
Yeah, it's a little bronze fennel from my garden.
It was delicious. I ate it. It was awesome. I mean, we were licking these plates right now, by the way, just so you know. Cool. We ate every single bit. My buddy was like, "Can I eat the lime too?" And I was like,
"Yeah, eat the whole thing. Eat the rind, eat the plate.
Just eat it." But what a delicious dish this was. Talk about this dish and just, I don't know, where your brain's at when you make this. Is this on the menu?
Yeah, it is on the menu. We have it all the time. Sometimes I do it with different things, not scallop. Like we do it with bass. Sometimes we've done it a little differently. It's just simple, just trying to figure out how to use stuff. That's really my whole thing right now is getting the products are the right products, and like kelp is one of them right now. And so I discovered that kelp likes garlic. So we made this like garlic puree. Yeah. So that once the puree came, and I'm like, all right, well, just do it. We've been doing kelp wrap scallops for a long time, and it just kind of all comes together. And I don't know why I started doing the fennel foam again, but it just made sense.
Is when you use the kelp like that, is it dry?
No, it's all fresh.
I don't mean like. Let me rephrase it. I'm not saying like dry like a nori dry. Like, is it like like you paper towel it so it's like it's
a little
is it movable?
Not really. Yeah, we basically get it in fully fresh, where it's like, I mean, it's just seaweed. It's not like the kind of kelp that you get from Asia, where like Japanese kombu is like super thick. And, like everything in the Pacific's bigger for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
But like here, it's pretty delicate, so you can just wrap it straight in there, and then and you sear it. It gets a little cooked at like different levels of cook for the different kelp, different.
And it stays wrapped up like that.
It kind of sticks to itself. We don't have to like toothpick it or anything. Yeah,
I love it.
That's awesome. Jeff, what do you think of that dish? Don't you wish you had it?
Yeah, I absolutely wish I had it. I'm feeling super jealous. I'm gonna have to try to figure out. I'm gonna be in your neck of the woods on Father's Day weekend, and then my daughter's headed to Johnson and Wales this year, so her orientation is
awesome.
the Monday after Father's Day. So maybe you guys open on Mondays?
We're open every day.
See, so maybe
there you go.
You never know. Might get to bring my
it.
daughter in. We'll come in and
that'd be awesome.
Like really show her some crazy food stuff she could be doing.
I like indoctrinating the youth.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Gotta get them on the right track.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get her to work in a restaurant so bad.
You got to go check them out.
That's funny because I'm telling my kids like you're not allowed to be a chef.
I tell them the same thing, but then she doesn't listen to me. It's like
now it's too late.
Yeah, she's just like me. She just doesn't want. She knows.
My daughter's like that. My son is not going to be a chef. I can tell, but my daughter's going to be like, "Yeah, I'm going to be a chef just to spite you."
Yeah, of course, right? Of course, right? It's so funny how that works. We're joined tonight, executive chef of the Shipwright's Daughter and legend James Beard nominee, Chef David Standridge is hanging out with us tonight, talking about plating food up after making an amazing dinner, tasting menu for us last night. Just off the charts, brother. You got to go check him out in Mystic, Connecticut. It's not a far drive from anywhere, even New York City. Make the trip; it's so worth it. This guy is an absolute animal. Just a G of a chef, and the one thing I hate the most about you, Chef, is that you're so nice. Like, you're such a nice guy. How are you so fucking nice?
I don't know.
I'm kidding. No, but you're a super nice guy, sweetheart of a chef, great fucking restaurant. So last night too, one of my favorite dishes here, I think I can pull this up, is the one that was the show stealer. It was the second one you sent out for us. This dish just the first two bites, I was like, oh my God, there's so much going on with this right now. It was a simple crudo that you made. Talk about this dish because it's bass, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's just crudo. It's kind of how I always do crudo, with almost regardless of what it is, unless it's something like tuna. It's just black bass, and it's with a little bit of lime juice, olive oil, espelette, fava beans, caviar, and then some chervil blossoms from the garden.
I mean, and the chervil blossoms have so much flavor, actually. I was kind of blown away. What a delicious dish this was, man. When you get the fish was just so it was just so fresh, and it had texture, and it was with espelette, it was everything about this hit every single point that you want to hit with a flavor. And I said, God damn it, I almost want to order another one of these because it's just so
it's
good.
Funny too, because I look at this dish when we do it, I'm like, nah.
When's the last time you tried it?
I know, but a lot of people say like how good it is. And I'm like, it's just fish. What the fuck? Do something.
See,
but
you've been doing this shit too long, Chef. That's the problem.
I know.
I mean,
you're like,
I'm
this
telling
whole thing.
It hit on every level. It hit every. Cool. I mean, I was starving too, and like I just had a little bit of wine, and I was ready to have it. You just sent me some beautiful oysters, and this thing came out, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And my buddy who was with me, he looked at it, he goes, so what is this? And I was like, oh, well, it's going to be a little raw fish. And he was like, okay, cool, no problem. And then he was like, the first bite, he went, oh man, oh my God, what is happening right now? And I was like, that's called good food. And I said, it's just fucked up in our life to think about that exists in the same world as Taco Bell. So we were talking about last night. Like, that's in the same world as Taco Bell. Like, why would you fucking ever eat that? And then you came out, Chef, I told you that story, and you were like, well, sometimes Taco Bell, it just depends.
Taco Bell, like, it's late at night. Look, you've had a few drinks.
Don't sleep on the cantina menu. That's all I'm saying.
Seriously.
I haven't been there yet, but I'm dying to go.
The Taco Bell?
The Cantina, man. It's the hot spot.
The Taco Bell Cantina where they serve alcohol. Yeah.
Like
that dish was amazing, though, man. That's a classic for you, isn't it?
Yeah, we did. Honestly, I don't not that I stole everything from Robuchon, but that was how we always do crudos at Robuchon. We had like a scallop carpaccio like that, langoustine carpaccio. Like it was just always lime juice, Espelette olive oil. So simple, and that was
it. Makes
it.
a difference.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, do you use what kind of olive oil you use? I use like a high end olive oil.
Not even the high-end olive oil. It's like a nice, decent extra virgin olive oil that you would buy like in a big container. It's not crazy, but you don't want it to be too crazy. Yeah, that's the key. You got to put the salt. If it's not salted, it tastes weird. But
it tastes weird.
Yeah, it's like you forget the salt, you're fucked.
Yeah. Absolutely stunning dish, Jeffy. When you see a dish like that, and we talk about this is even Chef was saying it's a simple dish, but I'm telling you, buddy, the flavors of this are just out fucking outrageous.
No, I mean when you describe it, it's like it's a really classic combination of the brininess, the little bit of spiciness, the acid, the fresh fish. I mean, it's like it just sounds like you said, it's a perfect bite. Those bites are like you said, you steal it from Robuchon, but you like adapted it because it's like one of these things that's like when you taste something like that, it's like, what are you trying to recreate? You know, like what am I trying to make better?
Yep, I know. Sometimes I'm like, I should do this in a more creative way, and I'm like, why?
It's so good. It's just and if it's so good, it's like I get the idea of like wanting to special something and getting bored of stuff, but sometimes it's just like
I know. It's like when you go to Italy and get crudo, it's literally fish with lime juice, like lemon juice and olive oil, and that's it.
Yeah,
and salt.
That's it. And it's delicious.
Amazing.
I've had some of the most basic weird food from, and I'm Italian. I love Italian food.
Go.
Rustic, like the joke, rustic is just like lazy in Italian, like like it's like because it's like they literally it's like I've gotten stuff where it's like chopped. They were like, oh, here's your tartare. It's like raw, like rough chop meat with like big, like not even carrot sticks, like just like half split carrots in a bucket, and you're like with a pile of salt and a lemon, but it's still like as you're eating it, you're like.
I don't know if you guys ever watched that food show. It was like in the 90s or whatever. There was like an Italian food show. The guy used to sing opera.
Yeah.
What was that called?
I love that show.
What was that called?
I forget his name, but he used to always say salad is supposed to be eaten with your hands. And I fucking love that. It was always big, chunky salads. And I'm like, yes, I want a wedge of fucking lettuce and like half a tomato. It was awesome.
I love that.
I mean, that's a whole other conversation.
Hand salad.
Where food shows should be at this point, man.
On the next menu, we're gonna make a hand salad plum on the next pop up.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. I mean, that's a whole other conversation, though. I mean, it's just funny you should say that because just food shows are it's a fucking joke now. But
oh my god, it's stupid. Not yours though.
Food Network itself has 118,000 viewers on average. That's nothing. That's Channel 3 in Connecticut gets more viewers than that now. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Nobody watches this shit anymore. They're going under. It's terrible. That's why they keep firing people. It's going under.
Yeah.
A whole other conversation itself. Okay, just go back to cooking food. Just go back to making fucking food. That's all you gotta do. It's simple.
Exactly.
It's simple.
Don't you miss those shows though? Don't you miss
yes.
Malto Mario was a show.
Fuck yeah. I don't miss Mario, but I miss
Oh, yeah. I grew up on those. My whole childhood was watching those shows because my parents were both working, so I'd just watch that shit.
Listen, I catch heat for it, but Jamie Oliver's still my guy, and watching Jamie it's so simple how he does food, and he's just I don't know. I still think he's the man.
I might be a little older than you. Am I older than you?
Definitely. I'm 26.
I remember Yan Can Cook.
I remember that.
That was my favorite. He made the best jokes.
Yeah.
We're gonna walk
like
and roll.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I think we're probably all pretty close in age, but
I'm 48.
I'm 49.
I'll see. We're at
46.
We're right there.
He's a little younger than us.
We all we've been in high school together, so
we'd all been in high school in the same.
What a shit show that would have been.
That's amazing.
That was
another one of the bites I was blown away by was this particular one. It was kind of like the in between, like you said, it's almost like a palate cleanser here. And this is an oyster on a piece of marshmallow. No, I'm kidding. It's by the way, your server felt the need to tell us two times that we're not supposed to eat the salt, and I was like, buddy, I know
people do.
But like I get saying it once, he said it twice, and I was like, buddy, I got it.
He's a special character.
Shout out to Lee. He's the man, but I got you, brother. But this right here, Beautiful local oyster, a little chili, a little garlic. I feel like I had like just like a garlic crisp kind of thing in there.
Yeah, it's actually like a sugar kelp. We call it sugar kelp gremolata, but it's like a crispy gremolata. So it's kelp like that's fried in a deep fryer, and which is dangerous. Don't do it like at
Super
home.
wet. Like what the fuck? How do you do that?
Yeah, it explodes. It explodes like crazy. You got to cover it with a sheet pan, or else you're dead.
Oh my God.
It's totally insane. And then it's like fried garlic and lemon zest.
So fried garlic, fried kelp, lemon zest, and
And then
salt,
the butter
oil.
is like a chili, kelp, rosemary, and garlic butter.
And then would you put them on the grill or just under the broiler for a little bit?
No, they go out just under the broiler.
Yeah, for until it starts bubbles a little something. Or what do you do?
Exactly, just until it starts bubbling. You want the oyster to still not be cooked all the way.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted 12 of those. It was so fucking good.
That sounds so good.
It was.
Did
so
you dehydrate the kelp a little before you fried it? Maybe.
No, right in there.
Work?
Just go raw dog.
Just raw dog it right out of the ocean into the fryer. That's how we do it.
Just you know what? Just take the whole bucket of water with the kelp, just pour it in the fryer.
It's what we do with the new cooks. We're like, here, fry the kelp.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
we're the
great.
same age.
Yeah.
Totally.
Hey, after you fry the kelp, can you go empty the hot water tank? Just empty the hot water out by the coffee machine so we can clean it.
Hilarious.
Oh, and then go down the street and see if Chef can let you borrow the chicken choker. We got to clean these chickens up.
My first job, we used to bread ice cubes.
You're an asshole.
I'd be like, dude, chef needs you to fry this.
That's amazing.
I mean,
nice.
That's so mean, but also so amazing. I love it.
That's terrible.
What's going on? What's wrong?
It does remind me. At a pop-up once, I did fry Mountain Dew.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
How was
for like it was awesome. It was awesome. It was fucking delicious. And we served like this little shortbread cookie. It was a shortbread and Mountain Dew, and we took Mountain Dew, froze it, and treated it like fried ice cream at that point. Super hot fryer.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
froze it after we fucking like breaded it, and then drop it in. It starts to brown, pull it out immediately, and it's like frozen ice cream in the center. It was awesome.
That's cool. Mountain Dew special.
Fucking Mountain Dew. It was a joke when I did it because at the time I was watching Epic Meal Time, and I was like, I want to fry Mountain Dew like an asshole.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun for a pop-up dinner in like 2014 or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know. All right, just a couple more here I want to talk about. Let's see. What do we got here? We talked about that one. We talked about that one. Okay. So this is a terrible picture because I took the picture after I took a first bite. And I was like, fuck, I need to take a picture of this. But this is your steak. Where's the steak coming from and why is it delicious?
The steak is from Painted Hills in Oregon. Which
fucking,
is just natural. It's not crazy. It's nothing insane. It's just steak.
A little salt, just grilled it medium rare, let it rod.
Yeah, on the plancha. And then you baste it with butter and rosemary, garlic, thyme.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yep.
And let it rest and then slice it.
That's it.
And I like how the portion here was like, you know, 2 nice sized pieces on there. And then the potatoes, which were hysterical. I don't know what you call those, but like they were super thin and you press them together and you fry them.
Technically, I think it's called potato pave. That's what everybody calls it.
Okay.
I call it like potato mille-feuille, or sometimes we call it just pommes frites, like our style pommes frites. Yeah, it's really simple to make. It's a lot of work to make a lot of them when we put it on. I mean, just layer fucking potatoes with clarified butter, and that's it. And then you put it in the oven.
Okay. Okay. Technically, it's simple. I guess simple to put together, but you got to make 1,000 of them. Go fuck yourself. Like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Once you can teach like 3 or 4 people to do it, then you're good. But until then, you're totally fucked. But
my buddy who was with me, he went to our server and said, "I only got 2 French fries in mine. Can I get some ketchup?" He's just being an ass. But describe the dish. Sorry, I forgot. I keep thinking the podcast version. People can only hear the audio. Describe that dish for me really quick so people can hear it.
So it's Painted Hill strip loin, potato mille-feuille, shishitos, royal. I always call these mushrooms the wrong thing. In Japanese, it's a ringi. Is trumpet or is it yeah, it's trumpet.
I call them trumpet.
That one's
royal trumpet.
Oyster or king trumpet.
I think actually it's king oyster. It's not really trumpet.
Then
It's
king oyster.
I always call them royal trumpets because they look like a trumpet, but it's
with
not
the fat stem and the one.
I think it's king oyster mushrooms.
I think they have a couple names, but king oyster is the one that I knew.
Yeah, and then we just do like chopped confit, like a beef jus and béarnaise spuma.
Béarnaise spuma. So you make a little béarnaise and throw it in the whipped cream gun.
Yeah.
I mean,
easy.
Delicious dish, absolutely phenomenal, and of course I got one of the hot shishitos, which is hilarious.
Oh, that's the best.
I feel like it's more often hot than they used to be. I think they've changed the formula.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you were right about that. But I mean, it wasn't that hot. But like, I was like, oh, this one's got heat on it, you know. And it was fucking delicious, though. I mean, what a great dish that was, man. Just, I mean, because we'd had so much seafood, and like, I wasn't even expecting to send a steak out at all. Like, it was just delicious.
Sweet.
One of my favorites too. Let's see if I got one more here I can put. I wonder if I have the dessert picture, but we might have run out of space here. Let's see. No, pasta, bucatini. We didn't talk about the bucatini, but we did have a bucatini.
What was the pasta?
Yeah, talk about the pasta. There it is.
Oh, the fluke. You didn't talk about the fluke.
We get to the fluke too. Talk about that bucatini really quick, and then you can tell I had a bite of that first where I took the picture. Just a little bucatini there. Bucatini with the mushrooms there, a little parm, some parsley.
Yeah, a little bit of sherry in the sauce there, mushroom cream, Seacoast mushrooms, one of our best buddies down there who locally grows all of our mushrooms.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
I mean, the mushroom flavor in this was absolutely unreal. It was just, what a great dish. I mean, the portion size was awesome on this too. I love this dish too. It was a great, like, I don't know. It felt like it was in the right spot for the meal too. And my buddy who was with me, he was looking at the menu. He was like, "Oh, that looks delicious." And I was like, "Brother," I told him, I said, "Put the menu down. Everything on the menu is delicious. There's not one thing that it's all delicious. Don't even worry about like, oh, what looks good. It all's good. All of it's fucking good. I promise you." And of course, I wasn't lying. It was 100%. One of the other ones I want to talk about here, the star for me that really just kind of took the cake. That I was blown away by. Yeah, this one here. Jeff, I got to put you down so I can show it. You sent us this rack of fluke. So for those you don't see, you get a picture. You know, it's a little sauce on a little sauce smear on the side, a little ramp on the plate in a sauce. But there's a piece of fluke with ribs coming out of it that are perfectly cleaned on the sides. There, a little bit of skin on the fluke itself. It looks like a rack of lamb, but it's fluke. David, what in the fuck is this? How'd you cut it?
Well, one of the whole things for me is about fish. And I talk about sustainability. One of the things that America needs to learn how to do is be comfortable with fish bones. That's a big problem. Sure. The fish we need to eat more whole fish. That would really solve a lot of our sustainability issues if we're more open to that. So I try to do a lot of fish on the bone and get people interested in it. And so we used to do just the whole fluke with all the bones. And then I saw a Josh Nyland thing. He was a big inspiration for me, a similar cut to this. And I just kind of, he's awesome. And I just figured out how to do it. Basically, you just take the fish, we take the fins off, the head off, the fin, kind of like each fin off the sides, and then you just fillet one side of the fluke. And then you dip it in hot water, in like boiling water, and then it comes off so easy to clean it. It's nothing.
Wow. Okay, so let me just. So I was picturing like these bones to be longer, and like you cut the bone, and like you cut where the tail is, and kind of just, and then
So if you get your whole fluke like laying it on the table, you cut the head off, take all the organs out, and then you've got like the two fins coming down the side. You just take a knife, cut the fins off. We save the fins. You can eat the fins too. Those are awesome. And then you've got like this nice fluke with no fins on it. Then you just take off the belly side fillets, and then on both sides, and then you've got like fillets attached to a bone. Dip the bones in boiling water, and all the meat will just come right off, really clean.
Use that for something else, of course.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of garbage, but like the fillets, obviously you're going to use. We serve one with our entree, and then the other one you could use for crudo or whatever you want. And then,
but then you have this beautiful like rack of fucking fluke, and it's crazy.
It looks cool.
I mean,
it looks so cool.
And so you dip it. How long do you put it in that hot water?
Like 10 seconds.
And like we're talking like 160, 180. We're talking 200.
Just boiling water, just a pot of
full
water.
on boiling. Okay.
Yeah, boiling, close to boiling. It doesn't take much to cook. Like it's not like meat. I mean, fish cooks really fast, and then it comes right off with a towel.
You're not dipping the entire fish, just that side.
Just the bones.
That's so cool. I love
it. Yeah, try it. It's super easy.
I want to give it a try. I might text you like, dude, talk me through this again because this is awesome.
Once you try to do it, you're like, oh, this is really easy.
You could probably do it with like a monster halibut.
Yeah, you could.
And get like a fat chop with the bone off of it. Like,
we do halibut chops when we get halibut. Also, you can do like a cool halibut porterhouse. The way you cut, if you cut the whole steak of halibut, you get like a really cool porterhouse looking steak, and you can sear the skin on both sides, and you like literally like a big.
That's insane.
It's fun. Yeah,
that sounds hot. Yeah. I love
that. Sounds awesome. I love that, man.
Yeah.
Well, brother, I can't tell you enough. This is just an amazing meal last night, and I loved going through it with you and kind of having you talk about it and just picking up some knowledge from it. But thought it'd be fun to show a couple of plates to you and just talk about some other plates with some people who I think are cool inspirations and just kind of talk about some plates. And we're joined tonight by executive chef David Standridge from the Shipwright's Daughter, James Beard, best chef in the Northeast nominee. I should say winner. When do we find that out again? Is that
June 10th?
June.
Is it like an award ceremony you go to, or what are we talking about?
Yeah, we got to go. I'm going to Chicago. With some of my team, and we're gonna sit there and do like the Oscars of the food world. I gotta go on the red carpet and all that shit.
That's
Hell
awesome,
yeah, dude.
bro!
Yeah.
Congratulations, dude. That's
if you win, you gotta text me. You gotta text us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Please. I mean, it's deserved. You should get it.
Yes. That would be amazing. I would be so happy. I mean, honestly, just to be just to be a finalist is awesome. So.
See, that's what I said last year. We got nominated for our first Emmys, and I was like, dude, just being nominated is awesome. Now I'm like, no, I want to fucking win.
Well, yeah, I want to win.
I want to fucking win.
I'm competitive.
That's right. Dude, I want you to get it so bad. You deserve it. Like, it's just, I mean.
I want it for the state of Connecticut. We've never had a winner.
Really?
What?
Never.
I thought that Tyler got it once, didn't he?
Nope. He got nominated a lot.
Wow.
But he never won. So now, like, you got two chances this year. Renee and I are both nominated for different things. Someone should fucking win.
I think you'll get it, bro. I mean, if these fuckers have actually been to your restaurant, you should.
They definitely have. So hopefully, we'll see.
I really, really hope so. You got to call me and be like, bro, we got it. Just show me the picture.
Hell yeah.
You and like a bottle of bourbon. And like, if he wants to be shirtless, that's fine too. Whatever you feel necessary.
Shirtless. Yeah, good idea.
Sure, definitely shirtless.
I mean, look,
and up there.
If I get the Emmy win this year, trust me, the picture coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to tell him your speech though. You got to tell him.
I don't write speeches.
You're not going to write a speech? You got plum
it's a jinx.
I got a speech ready. You want to hear it? It's short and sweet. So I have this whole thing, David. I think like the entire world is basically pro wrestling in my brain. Like everything's basically, you can explain the entire world of pro wrestling. It's all pro wrestling. So it's about time for me to make a heel turn. It means become a bad guy.
Yeah.
I've been a good guy for way too long. Time to be a bad guy.
Way too long.
Yeah, way too long. So I'm gonna wear a shirt that just says "bad guy" on it, and like my suit jacket, my shirt says "bad guy." They call us. I'm gonna walk up on stage, look at the crowd, look at everybody. I'll point to some obscure person as if they make them think they know me. They don't. I'm just gonna point like this, you know. They throw maybe a double gun to somebody, and look at the crowd, grab the microphone, and say this: "Hard work pays off." Don't make me laugh. Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. And kick over the podium and walk away. I mean, listen.
Yeah, seriously.
It's a
body
moment.
Slam somebody.
If you're familiar, I was a pro wrestler back in the 90s. Like, we can make this happen. We can do all of this. All I'm saying is, like, the moment that would be clipped and put everywhere after that would be incredible.
Totally. If you put the presenter in a figure 4 leg lock, you're definitely, shit. I mean, you're going over the top.
Make him scream uncle.
My finisher was called the main course back in the day. I would give the kick to the gut. I would kick him in the gut, right? And I would signal check, please. And then I would put them over my shoulders. So basically their head is down here and their legs are behind me. And it's actually called an emerald fusion. It's a Japanese move. And I would go down like this, or it looks like I drop on their head on the side, but they actually tuck their head and they land. I catch all the weight on my arm. But it's devastating. What a maneuver. What a maneuver.
Well, you just said it wasn't, though, because they tucked his head in.
It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, if I want to hurt somebody, Jeffy, and like we're having a match, but like if I'm just doing it on stage, I'm not, Jeffy doesn't think wrestling is real. All that aside,
I think it's really choreographed.
What? Jeffy? We don't have time for this right now. We're gonna get upset. I want to talk about some plates of food with Chef. Do you mind? We got a few minutes.
I'm sorry.
He's got a wife to get to and everything, and you're trying to argue with me.
I do this. I'm sorry. I ramble.
Chef, one of a guy I love who I think is amazing on Instagram is Ollie Harding. You ever seen him?
No.
Unbelievable chef here. Just some of his plates are just beautiful here. Nice. Look at this. That's a scallop plate there. Scallops and fennel, a little lobster bisque. But a sear is just perfect on that. And it just, I love plates like that are clean,
Yeah, simplicity is better. I don't like things that are too complicated. Honestly, like I don't need a lot of decoration. I think it's just about honest representation.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, even that plate, there's not a lot going on. He didn't do a lot with it. It's just kind of put the shit on a plate, you know?
Yeah.
Another good one I like of his is right here. This is a beautiful burrata with just, you know, little young olives and grapes, little cucumber, tarragon, green chilies. Very, very simple.
Totally.
Beautiful plate. And I look at these plates, though, and I think to myself, okay, so in a restaurant scenario, like, great, that's a beautiful plate. Can I have 100 of them?
Yeah.
You know?
You sure can.
But I look at your plates, and your plates are beautiful too. But like, it's simple, and I think the simple is the key thing there. Jeffy, you got anything to throw in there?
No, I agree with you. I think a lot of the greatest food I've had is complicated yet simple. You know what I mean? Like there's complicated technique applied to something so that it's simply presented and delicious. And those things to me stand out the most. Those are the ones that make me go like, what the fuck? How did they do that? Like,
Totally. And like this dish here, like I think the key thing when I look at this dish here that I just noticed is that the shrimp are not overcooked. I think that's the fucking thing here. Like,
yeah, and it's also like, I think when things are plated simply, it's kind of like a sneak attack if it's complex.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's just going to be like, oh, it's just some shrimp with some sauce. But when you taste it and there's a lot going on, it's like it's like setting a low bar with the presentation in a way. You know, it doesn't look that impressive, and you're like, well, holy shit, you know.
This is just speaking of simple plates. This was a dinner I did for my clients of the night. It was a little miso marinated fucking black cod with some soybeans and a little kimchi and a little chili oil. Simple. They fucking. I mean, pictures never make it look great, but you know, it's beautiful. They love that shit.
Yeah, flavor bomb.
Yeah, that's what I was doing there. And you know, here, this is another one like this. Similar, like I was showing you this one earlier. Like this is just, you know, burrata. I mean, with a little bit of peaches, and this is a summer dish I do out of Montauk.
I always like to sometimes when you like hide the main event.
Yeah,
like that's a burrata dish. You can't see the burrata.
No,
it almost like creates like a tension. We're like, where's the burrata?
Yeah.
You know,
this is a great one for me because the chilies and corn and mint, like they're like best friends, and I had no idea.
Totally. Yeah,
they
peaches.
get along so
that's
well
awesome.
together. Yeah.
Totally.
That's a good one. It's one of my favorites. This is a Jeffy dish right here. Check this out. It's
love the red vein sorrel there.
Actually, makes sense with the dish, but I do it to fuck with somebody. We have a buddy named Bloodstein. He has a shout out to Bloodstein. He has a restaurant called Mavericks out in Montauk, and he likes to talk shit about red vein sorrel, so I like to use it whenever I can.
He just fucks with them and puts it on plates and tags them in it.
Yeah, I call it the Bloodstein salad. I put it on everything.
But yeah, I think it's important, man. When you do plating, like it's just the food has to taste good first. Like this is here's a little arancini with local sun golds pureed and candied these little tomatoes, a little shave of Parmesan cheese. It's not it's fucking not hard, but it looks pretty. And
love it.
You know, when you put 12 of those on a table for dinner, people, you know, they're like, "Ooh, what is that?" And I'm like, "Fried rice." Fried rice, a little bit of cheese. It's delicious. I mean, it's just good shit, man. Good Brother Kitchen Gangster right here. That's a lot of dots, but it's a beautiful sear on that fish. Looks great.
It's a lot of dots.
It's a lot of dots, but it looks good. I think. There's another one from him. He's good at like hitting those hash marks on the scallops. I think look pretty good there.
I love scored scallops. Those look like
that's not a scallop. That's a king trumpet.
Mushrooms. Yeah,
that's a mushroom. Right.
Yeah, that's why he scored it. Yeah.
I never really do the whole like pea in the pod thing.
Yeah, I've done it a couple of times. It's just a lot of work.
Out of 10 pods, you get one like that.
That's what I mean. It's a great garnish for photos.
It's not real,
but it's not a great I very rarely, and I only cook for 6 people, and it's still hard as hell to pull off those types of garnishes, like with plating and doing, you know. And Plum knows I'm the king of like 45 ingredients.
Oh Jesus, Jeffy!
I always feel like too, like if you're trying to make it look that perfect, you can't cook it the way you want to, so it tastes good.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing. It doesn't have to have 700 things going on the plate. If it's good ingredients and with good preparation, like just skill, it doesn't need a lot to have a lot going on there. No. I'm just trying to get these other couple of pictures that didn't upload till just now on here because I want you to see this picture of the soup Jeffy did, which is unbelievable. And then he shows off with some of his wagyu that he uses, which is just ridiculous. But
soup I did.
Yeah. He played a soup like a champion.
I do. I probably make. I don't even know how many soups I make a year. I make a soup every single day that I work.
Wow. That's a lot of soups. That's
He made-
365.
He made a
Well, no,
shishito
I
soup
work-
for me once. It was delicious.
I work 100 and something, 180 days a year, 100 or 200 and something days. I don't know. I work basically 4 days a week most of the year.
Jeffy, great. No one gives a shit. Why the fuck does it matter how many days a week you work? What the fuck? I was talking about your shishito soup. It was delicious.
Oh, the shishito soup. That was a challenge.
Which sounds like I was like, oh, he's coming with something great. No, it's him going, oh, I gotta get rid of these shishitos.
Yeah, no. That so
you know.
I was like raised, I feel like, into depression, although I wasn't. But I hate seeing things go bad. It makes me crazy. So I'm constantly like, I have my clients trained to eat leftovers. You know what I mean? I'm constantly like, oh look, we had all this
Nice.
stuff making this soup. Like they love it. Like I'm just like I tell them like, listen, sometimes flavors develop and they're better the next day. And then when I use them and put
That's
it,
good propaganda.
it's delicious. Listen, David, we're trying to use leftovers, okay?
No, I'm all for it.
Well, it's from catering too. The rollover.
So look, here's the dish I'm talking about here. Check this out. Let's put this up for Jeffy here. Well, actually, I'll show this one first while he fixes his microphone. So this is a crudo I did last year. Just very, very simple. Little crudo, chilies, pickled shallot, little yuzu. Yuzu. I think this was for like 12 people, like a buffet style. But because you get amazing fish, don't need to do a lot to it, man. It's just delicious,
The less, the better.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about that one. And then that's a Jeffy dish right there. Look at that.
That reminds me of that Italian guy who likes to splash all the sauces on there. I always forget his name, Massimo Barata or whatever. I'm probably getting his name wrong. That looks cool.
You're muted, Jeffy. But yeah, it's a beautiful dish. I like the little like dice of the vegetables on there. It's a good dish. And the cauliflower puree though.
Yeah, root
Pretty.
spring onions.
That's a good one. But like I said, no one can play the soup like Jeffy, chef. Check this out. Look at that.
Beautiful. Like the
Come on.
flowers.
It's a beautiful soup.
What
right?
kind of
Look at
soup is that?
I think that's a chilled cauliflower soup with like a cauliflower salad in the middle.
But you're using those chive blossoms on there, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like chive blossoms. Those are all from my garden. I have like an herb garden that we maintain right outside my kitchen. It's beautiful.
He can play the good soups. Yeah, I told you he can play the good soup.
It's a gorgeous soup.
And then he hits us with this. He's like, "Oh yeah, look what else I got." Yeah, fuck you, Jeff.
Everybody's got Wagyu. Come on. Can't afford that shit.
That's actually the second piece of bone-in Wagyu that came into America.
Really?
Like since they outlawed bone-in Wagyu for a while, and I work with an importer. Yeah, you couldn't get bone-in Wagyu after like some mad cow thing that happened. Like, they wouldn't allow it in the country. And the fucked up part
with Jeffy is because he's so fancy that he didn't cook it. That's his pillow. He just sleeps on that.
Yeah, I just cut it up and threw it out after I I was just like, look how cool
just
this
for
is.
the gram. Just for the gram.
It's just for the gram. Yeah, it's just for the people.
One for the gram. All right, thanks, brother.
No, but that was actually really good. And then I dry aged it for 75 days. It was incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
It was incredible. I did one for 75 days and I did one for 150 days. That was like almost like blue cheesy soda.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to cut so much away. It was like an eye like this left.
Yeah.
But it was so good. It was so good. It was like
never had beef aged that long.
Yeah, I've done it almost a year once.
He has like aging cabinets at his place.
Yeah, I have a bunch of I like doing that kind of stuff. It's like
it's awesome.
I can't afford those things. They're so expensive.
Dude, you can make one. I can show you. It's fun.
I can't make anything.
I can't make anything.
We can retrofit it. No, Plum's convinced me you can do anything.
I could
Bro,
do it.
We live in the Matrix. YouTube, you can do anything.
Exactly.
I know. I had like a charcuterie thing going here. I had like a ham curing in my basement for like a year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. My wife didn't like it. that room in my basement still smells like ham.
Yeah, no, wives hate projects.
Yeah,
wives hate projects.
Oh, dude, I did a black garlic project and didn't tell her about it. And I just like hid it in the garage, and she was just like, "What does that smell?" I was like, "I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Something does.
That's weird. It'll go away." And then like it mellowed eventually, And then I was like, "Look at the black garlic I made." She's like, "Is that what that fucking smell was?" I was like, "Oh."
When I did that ham, I cured it. I cured like 2 full hams, and like it was like I don't know, like 30 gallons of salt. And then I had the salt. I'm like, what the fuck do I do with the salt? And I just left it in my basement. And then like it was winter, and there was a day when it snowed. And I didn't have any like ice melt.
Ham salt.
Ham salt. The whole fucking drivers were like, yeah, it was amazing.
Like, I love this salt. This is. I'm
Smells
going to
like
do this
prosciutto
every
out
year.
here. I don't know. The whole house smells like prosciutto now.
That's so funny, dude. That's amazing. Listen, if you haven't done so yet, make your way over to Shipwright's Daughter in Mystic, Connecticut. Check out our good brother, Chef David Standridge. He is a legendary human being, soon to be James Beard Award winning. I cannot wait for that. Very, very excited, brother. Listen, you are a man. You are the man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate dinner last night. Incredible, so delicious. Especially to be able to experience that with someone who doesn't get to experience things like that. It was awesome. I think we changed life for sure. Which is
we
awesome.
got the Meat House to come in, the protector of the realm. He came to Connecticut.
He made me go to the casino afterwards, David.
How'd it go?
I mean, I was like, all right, I'll go. And he's like, it didn't go great.
No.
He was really up at one point, and then he kept playing. I was like, all right, I gotta go.
You gotta stop.
I left him. And he doesn't have Uber, which is hilarious. He's like, I don't use that shit. I'm like, get Uber. So he's like, I'll get a cab. I'm like, it's okay.
A cab?
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Hail a cab outside of Mohegan Sun.
Dude, it's an hour and a half ride home from me. I'm pulling into my driveway. He's still at Mohegan trying to get a cab.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, buddy. I got him an Uber on my phone, and it went and picked up in 2 minutes. And he was like, "Oh, thanks. That's so much easier."
Yeah.
He's so terrifying looking. Could you imagine in the middle of the night him running at your car? You'd be like, "No!" Rolling up your windows and trying to get away from him.
Look, first of all, I can promise you, he's not running anywhere. It's more of a lumber. It's more of a lumber.
Easy to escape.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
a sweet human being. Though, one of my best friends. I love the guy very, very much. It was great to have the experience with you, Chef, and thanks for having us. And I keep killing it, brother. And you're opening something new. Can we talk about that or not yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's loose plans right now. We're trying to open another restaurant next year across the street, and it's kind of focused on sustainable seafood, but kind of more for the people, less fine dining, grab and go, basically like a reinvented fish fry, but all sustainable.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Dude,
that
super
sounds
excited
awesome,
about
dude. I love it. Can we cook together in the fall somewhere somehow?
I would love to. Anywhere you want to go.
Fucking figure it out. I don't know.
We didn't talk about green crabs either, but I see you're
no
shit.
I do green crabs all day long. I love those fuckers.
All right, hold on. We need to talk about that for a second because this dish here was a green crab sauce, wasn't it?
Yeah, green crab sauce and the green crab roux on the plate there.
I think of green crabs as fishing bait.
I know everybody does. They're delicious. It's funny. It all comes back to me. This is another Robuchon story, but we had a crab dish on the menu, and Robuchon would come in like 4 or 5 times a year, and we'd always get this like directive before. I was a sous chef there, and he's like, I had to get all the products for him. He's like, get all the crabs. So we basically got every fucking crab available, so he could come, and then they'd make a crab stock, and they like test all the crabs, and like, okay, you're gonna use this crab, and they were like, where are the green crabs? Why can't we get green crabs? Why can't you find them? Because in Europe, it's all green crabs.
Okay.
That's what they
really?
use. It's
so
native
crazy.
there.
Okay.
Like if you're making stock, you're using green crabs. And they actually in Venice, they do a special like soft shell green crab thing. It's like very sought after. It's a delicacy.
Are they still small? Like overseas? Okay.
Yeah, they're small. Imagine like a little soft shell green crab slider. That would be amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, they're working on it. But we use all the shit out of them. I finally found them. It took me I've been looking for them since 2007.
No way.
And they're everywhere. They're invasive. They're taking over the ecosystem. But it was just a long time to get people to actually harvest them and to sell them. And everyone's like, yeah, it's bait. I'm like, can't fucking buy bait.
That's what I think of them as.
Yeah, they're amazing. The stock is the best stock you can make.
Wow.
Can you walk through the process of making the stock really quick? Because I'm curious.
Yeah, actually, I'll send you a video one day. I have a video. We did this year. We did our first master's class for chefs only. We did a green crab and sugar kelp and sustainable seafood master's class. Actually, Tyler Anderson donated his event space, so we did it at Millwrights, and we had like 20 chefs there. It was like a month ago.
Oh,
fuck!
It was out there. It was on the Instagram. But we had like 20 chefs there, and we just did like demos and kind of went through how we do all this stuff.
I'd love to have been in that. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
It's cool. But green crabs are great. We work with greencrab.org, and you can use them for so many things. And it's once you get that stock, like that's your base. That sauce on the fluke, we use it for a lot.
Do you puree it and then strain it?
No, we basically roast them. You do like a hard roast. You cut them in half, murder them, and then do like a hard roast in the pan with like butter, and then you add all your aromatics, tomato paste, tomatoes, basically like a red shellfish.
So you're pensaging them,
whatever it's called.
Thank you, David.
Is that French or Italian?
It's when you put.
I think it's a douche bag.
Jeff, I know you spoke French, buddy.
I speak many languages. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Chef, we appreciate you. You're awesome, buddy. I really want you to win this thing, and I'm pissed that I know this class was happening because I probably would have done it.
Yeah, we're gonna do another one. We'll do more.
It's my fault, but yeah, I mean, just do it in the fall. I can't do anything in the summer. But yeah. It's awesome, dude. I really want you to win this. This dinner was incredible. You're awesome. You're a great guy. You're always so cool to come and hang out with us on the show here. I know after you win your James Beard Award, we won't be able to get you anymore. But,
no, the price goes up, man.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Baby. I'm sure. But we appreciate the hell out of you, man. Please give your best to my wife, to your wife, and give my best to your wife is what I was trying to say.
Give your best to my wife.
Yes.
When you see her later.
Do me a favor. Just tell me nice things about my wife.
I'm not touching that, man. I'm leaving that alone. I'll let you get it.
Wow. There's a lot of love going on right now. I didn't realize that Plum was such a... He really likes you because he doesn't offer his wife to anybody.
No.
Just not anyone, okay? No. He really likes you. I'm just saying, your food must be that good.
The second I said it, this is all I heard.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Yeah. And then it's actually, here's video of what was going on in my mind after I said it.
This isn't happening, man. This can't be happening, man. This isn't happening.
It's not happening. Brother, we appreciate the hell out of you, man. Have a great night, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. And like I say, Father's Day weekend, you got to work, but if you want, we're going to be hanging out at the barbecue fest at Mohegan Sun. I'm hosting.
Yeah, no, I want to go. I'm not working Father's Day. Fuck that.
Just come hang out, have a drink, fucking whatever. We'll just
hang out,
play blackjack, and
then we're all going to come and see you on Monday.
Awesome, love it. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming in last night. It was awesome,
dude.
I'm blessing us.
Yeah, you're awesome. Good luck, brother, and we'll see you on down the road. All right.
You too, man. Good luck with the Emmys.
Gentlemen, David Standridge.
Thanks, guys.
Love you, brother.
What a good dude, man. I always love having a chance to hang out with that guy. I always feel smarter after talking to him, too.
He's a fucking legend.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, I really hope he wins this award if he deserves it.
I know. I was telling my client tonight, we were actually talking about it, and I was telling him, he was just like, where is this? And I was like, Mystic, and I was just telling him about the menu, and he was like, dude, I got to get out there. I'm like, dude, you should actually, I was telling him they should go and have like Mystic is a fun town for like a date overnight.
Adam at Sift during the day.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. But you can get like a pretty affordable Airbnb or like a really nice. They have like some really beautiful like condo-y kind of things there. I was looking around.
Oh yeah.
Like go for a weekend with the wife. There's amazing restaurants. It's definitely go check out Shipwright's Daughter though. That's like a must. There's no way.
And also our friend Renee Dupont, who I'm working on getting to come hang on the show here with us.
Absolutely. I've heard nothing but amazing things about her food, and then our good brother Adam. Good brother Adam out there just slaying it at Stift. His pastries and his chocolate
and donuts. Mixed the bar upstairs.
Yeah, dude, that guy's murdering it right now. So it's like
it's great food in that part of the country, man.
Absolutely, man. And I'm sure there's other places that we don't know about. So,
but yeah, it's just great food in that part of the country, man, and just it's great to see Good Brother's doing well and doing stuff. And like I said, I'm so proud of him. He's been such a good guy ever since I've met him. And anytime I come on the show, he comes on. He's just a great guy. And those are the people you want to support, And I really want him to win this award. So shout out to Chef David. Hope he fucking makes this happen. He's a legend.
Hell yeah.
Jeffy.
Yes, brother.
Unfortunately, Dan's not with us tonight.
I know. Well, he was traveling. I'm not sure. I haven't heard from him in days.
We didn't get. I know the segue you tried to get to earlier, but I didn't catch the cue.
Yeah,
we were talking about the green crabs. Dan has officially become a green crab fisherman.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But he's been on the boat now,
right?
Crabbing for
left
days.
On the boat to go crabbing. And,
haven't heard from him.
Ever since, what's the fucked up part is, ever since we heard Chef Derek come at him with this.
Hey, dog. You already know who it is. It's your boy, Chef Derek, holding it down, doing a real big all the way from Chicken Virginia.
I can't believe he's...
gotta turn the
I know. I thought
it made sense.
He talked a little bit of trash, like he was going to drop a track.
Best part. Hold up.
You heard? I heard. Shouts to Frankie Gabagoo. What do you want to do,
You heard?
dog?
I heard. Stop fry you like some flames. clam
Get
strips
up
and
out the pantry. You hiding making kombucha like a vegetarian motherfucking nanny. Hey, dog. You already know what it is.
I like how he's got a
and I
little
know what you not. You
auto-tune on his
overcooking
voice.
your shit.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Dry.
he's definitely auto-tuned his
I
voice.
don't
Instead of
mean
it.
to get ergo, but I'm agitated cause I know all your recipes is fabricated like some Farberware. Your shit on medium low. Roll
I think maybe Derek needs to do a Plumluvfoods rap.
To go, I'm
Like,
whipping in the pot.
He might be able to do our.
Don't tell me to stop. I hit you with your biggest fan, your cast iron frying pan. I can't even stand your fucking mise en place. Their spaghetti got consistency of dental floss. Now mincing my worst Chef Derek hot off the chopping block. Chef Plum love food, but I don't fly with that flock. I could see a girl, but she about to leave you for me. First night, make her some duck confit. And that's just the appetizer, cause my appetite rising. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. You sizzled up, dog. You a little skillet. Come on now. Some poached eggs, dog. Eggs Benedict. Whip it in the pot, dog. Shout out to cousin Corey. Shout out to Jeffy.
Dave stopped it on Facebook. They talked to Chef D-Rock the other day. He said, "What
you
up,
can feel
yo?"
it now, Chef Dan. You'll be
He
tasting
talk shit about Dan. Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to Frankie Gabagool. Boston Dave, I don't know. You already know. I'm sweeter than sugar, dog. Yeah. Shout out to Jeffy. Frankie Gabagool. Look, but not you. Chef Dan. He the man. Close the pantry door. I'm done with the spam. Lock and key on it, dog. Hear that spam cam open. Fried up meat. Sizzling. Chef Dan. He the man. He got a singular wireless plan. It's a wrap.
Yeah, he's fucking with his cell phone plan.
Shout out to Arby's, dog. You already know what it is.
You just shouted out Arby's?
Always a line cook there, dog. Happy birthday, Pete.
Happy birthday, Pete.
Can't be messed with, dog. Just press 30 seconds on the microwave. That's it. Where's the beef?
Did you shout out Gay Pete? Was it Gay Pete's birthday?
Yeah. I mean, ever since that happened last week, Dan had been the same. We haven't seen him.
I know. Well, he quit his job in the pantry, and now he's green crab
fishing.
Green crabbing.
I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. We haven't heard from him since.
Yeah, man, he's just a little salty. I think he's a salty dog.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him. He seemed okay when we talked to him that night, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, he seemed totally cool. And I talked to him earlier this week. He seemed cool, and then he was like, "You know what? Fuck everybody."
I've kind of gone AWOL. I haven't heard from him.
Going crabbing.
Well, he's not much of an emailer. He's not much of a phone call guy. He's a texter, and
he'll text once in a while. Yeah,
texting is hard because we both have our hands when we're working, so texting's not always easiest.
Yeah. Well, he's got an army. You know, we just us. We're out there solo. It's like, you know, it's like what Dan is doing is like the Civil War, and what we do is like Vietnam. You know what I mean?
I think I get the reference, but
yeah, you know what I mean.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, dog.
We'll see what happens. I haven't heard from Dan. I know his new career. So
big things. Sorry, big things. Green Crabbery. It's his new business. Big things. Big things. Green Crabbery. Yeah, that's by Dan Monroe. It's a thing.
All right. Well, we'll see what's up. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get D-Rock on here too. Shout out to Chef David Standridge for being on the program tonight. Amazing dinner. We appreciate the hell out of you. Can't wait to find that information about that kelp. I will get it and post for everybody so they can see it. Big shout out to our friends over at Farm and Forage Market in Southampton, 56 Hampton Road. Go see them. Great stuff. Shout out to our friends over at 7X Beef. 7X. If you want some good beef, hit up 7X. That's our homies.
Hell
some
yeah.
good stuff over there from them. For Chef Jeffy, my name is Chef Plum. We appreciate the hell. Jeffy, final words before I should give you another word if you want it.
No, I'm honestly, everything's been great. Everything's been great. I'm super excited. I was super excited to hang out with David and just talk food, man. I love that. I love chefing it up with a good brother like that.
For Chef Jeffy, I'm Chef Plum. Remember, food is one of the most important things we have in life. Everything important in life revolves around food. Let's give it the time it deserves. So we'll see you guys next week right here on Plumluvfoods Live. Deuces.
From the tower of power, too sweet to be sour, I'm funky like a monkey. Sky's the limit and space is the place.
Thank you for listening to Plumluvfoods Live. See you next week, good brothers and sisters.
Do you think I'm crazy?